Hello, my name's Nigel Cudjoe, also known as Savvy or Asaviour. This project is called Bridging the Gap. It's a continuation from an earlier project I worked on with my project partner, Jess Byrne.
Hi, my name's Jess and I'm one of the project managers for the Saving Grace Collective. In terms of the Think Bigger project, I've sort of been the coordinator when it comes to the paperwork and logistically. I've done like any kind of admin work if we've needed to send out like correspondence to, say for example, like the residents in the area. We're sending out a little notification to them, writing stuff out for the bids, sending the bids off to O2.
I think Jess's background in like education and stuff, she's a teacher, it's been invaluable. She's a teacher. No, but Jess's educational background has been like invaluable just in terms of like safeguarding, knowing what...
You're more for the older end, aren't you, Nigel?
Yeah.
And I bring you down to my level.
Yeah. Basically.
Bring you back down to earth.
We worked alongside Lindley Infant School and collaborated on a song together. We got the school choir to sing along with us with a song like that I composed, and got a band that I'd put together kind of through the collective to create the song. And this is kind of like a second part and a graduation on from that. Within the band, we've kind of treated it as edging on a social enterprise as well. Like within the band, it's giving musicians opportunities within the band. So we've delivered projects in the past where band members have then been part of our social enterprise projects, delivering tutoring and mentorship to develop, individual skills within different projects. But this band has also kind of mentored a young singer called Zoey Brook Jackson.
My name is Zoey Brook Jackson. I'm a singer and I'm from Huddersfield. I posted like my own sort of covers and stuff on Facebook, and one of my old friends from work said, do you think you'd be interested in, getting involved in this band? And then Savvy contacted me on Facebook. First of all, he asked me if I'd be interested in, sort of doing the gigs with the band and doing a bit of the backing vocals. Came up to a rehearsal, we got sort of singing, feeling the vibe, and then we did his first gig.
No challenge. No challenge today, rude boy. It's transitions, fast transitions. Because we need to be like...
And I wasn't very good with stages before. I'd never really given it a proper go. It was the push I really needed, and once I got on the stage it was the best thing I ever did. Really enjoyed it, and I loved being with such a big band and so many people on the stage. It was just such an amazing feeling. Obviously we've been working together with the band, and I've been helping out with the vocals there, and Savvy said, would you be interested in doing this song, obviously featuring him? So I was up for it straight away, of course. So I learnt the song, we got into the studio, me and Savvy went and recorded it up at Luke Lane Studios.
We've written a song for and produced the music, and we've put together kind of like a multimedia project to give people like a real experience of what it's like to work in the music industry, to what it's like to work on a set of a professional music production video. So on one side it's mentoring a young artist trying to develop as a singer and make her first steps through the music industry. It's also on the other side, behind the scenes, an opportunity for like young students or young adults who might not get a chance to work in that high scale like scenario to create a music video that will be released, on a national and global scale.
My name's Bliss Warrinder and I am the styler for the music video. One of my friends contacted me who's in close relations to Zoe and got me on board. The first part of the music video was a very sort of a virgin spirit kind of look. For that one, it's from the Siren's Greek mythology when she is wooing the sailors in and sort of hypnotises them. So the first dress is the virginal, beautiful, endearing dress.
The first outfit, I could not believe how much Bliss pulled together with what she had. I mean, it was pretty much nothing, and by the end of it, it looked amazing.
And then the second dress, I've gone for a powerful, gothic, dark look, which is very much creature-based, and I've kept to sort of the mythical side of it.
There will only be a few people that will have saw the second outfit, but the headdress that she made, it was epic. It were mental. It was like a dark sort of Lady Liberty type. It were wicked, and she did a really, really good job with that, did Bliss.
The first one I ended up creating myself and making, because the things that I saw in just from the shops, etc., they weren't really good enough. So I thought I could do a lot better myself. And then the second one I ended up purchasing offline, but that was only a week before the actual shoot. And when it came, it just wasn't as dramatic as I wanted it to be. So I ended up having to cut it all up and add in a lot more flair, etc. myself, and edited that to make it how we really wanted it to be. So the cost went a little bit up, but it did work in the end.
It gives you some depth though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what, if someone's been through something and they're going to give me some advice, that advice is more worth it than someone else who hasn't been through it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My name's Benai Matheson. I'm a fashion designer and store owner in the Barham Arcade in Huddersfield. My shop's called The Connoisseurs Independent Trading Post. Our role in Siren's video, as well as being a good friend of Savvy's, is to facilitate some custom pieces for the video. Because of the almost ethereal mood of the video, there's a lot of movement going on. The atmosphere is extremely strong. He wanted to have pieces to look quite classic, but in an unusual manner. Went for like a long shirt, but was based on Arab style. So that was kind of the way we went with that.
My name's Kyle Warwick. I'm a documentary filmmaker. Basically, I started doing some short films documenting local artists. I did a few with some photographers and some painters and a couple of graffiti artists, and one of the other people that I did was Asaviour, whose music I've known about for a long time, since I was probably in high school listening to Jest and Staircase to Stage and things like that. So after I'd interviewed Savvy, he got in contact with me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing the making of documentary, which I jumped at the opportunity to. The thing I've most enjoyed is working with so many other creative people from Huddersfield, and seeing somebody like Savvy bringing so many different creative people together to collaborate on one project. I've known a lot of the people that worked on the project before I got involved in it without really realising the level of skill that they have in their field, or even that they worked in that field.
So shoot day, we set up from about 5:30, like a kind of a base camp with a little gazebo, so a little bit of coverage so our makeup artist could work, and whatever, wind's blowing or whatever, she's got a space that she can work and get her job done. Then we had to kind of set up the generators. Our lead technician and our assistant technician, Jake, set up the generators.
I'm Jake. I was kind of the assistant technician involved with the shoot, so kind of assistant to Johnny, helping set up like power supplies and stuff. What was quite interesting was like I didn't even know anything about the shoot, probably like a week before, but he kind of texted me like a few days before and was like, we need some help setting up with like a technical role. So my main role from the day one was sort of helping with the generators, getting that sort of stuff down to the shoot, and then just kind of setting up. And for me, it's the first time I've ever really done a project like this, so it was really just a learning curve from the very beginning. Like trying to just work out really how we were going to get power to the location, how it was all going to work and how it was all going to fit together. So it's something I've never done before, and I think from day one it was really interesting to sort of working with Johnny especially, who is obviously, like as said before, like he's got a massive like field of experience.
Anything we needed electrical, they helped set that up and get us prepped and ready to go as soon as the sun set. I made an error in terms of calculating when the sun set. I thought it was going to be 8 o'clock and it was 9 o'clock. So I had one volunteer who was going to be in front of the camera. he had to leave earlier, so I kind of a little miscalculation, and I lost a person. But then from there we were just into shooting, I guess, at the first location.
Right, so my name's Jingles, also known as Jonathan. Originally I was involved as an extra in the video, so I was a bit of an actor, just kind of meandering around the woods, being enticed by the Siren herself. So we were basically like a bunch of guys kind of moving through the woods, and we'd heard this strange kind of sound off in the distance, if you know what I mean, and these strange lights happening. So we all had to be like quite intrigued by it, like, oh, what's going on over there, and kind of curiously moving towards it, until we got to a certain point where we were actually kind of in Zoe's sphere of influence, when we would become completely enraptured by her presence, which I think was the whole aim of the shot, was to make us appear like we'd been caught by her elegance or whatever, you know. She'd caught us basically, and we had to really try and sell that. So it was quite enjoyable, to be honest. I've never really done anything like that before, so it was a nice chance to kind of step out of my comfort zone and get involved in something a little bit different. And it was nice because there was a lot of people there that I've already known and I've met before. It was kind of like we already kind of had a group rapport, so we could all just kind of like mess about between shots and stay pally. But then when we were in shot, it'd be like, all right, we've got to get serious.
There was like, I had concerns with, you know, neighbours, the amount of noise we're creating, health and safety. So there's a couple of times where, you know, you might have to just talk to a cast member and say, look, we're near water, and you don't. I've done my risk assessment, but I'm not risk assessing you jumping in that water, like going for a swim. It's not going to work. So just those kind of considerations. I spent too much on KFC. £27 on KFC, bruv. Like, I ate one piece. I just put a bucket somewhere and then came back, and it was just like, right, cool, everyone's eating it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, £27 on KFC, mate. Shameful.
That's £30 over budget.
Yeah, basically. That's where my over budget went. We also had a generator breakdown. We had 2 generators. It was a lights out for us, so we were a little bit like, oh my God, what's going on? But with Johnny's technical knowledge, he was able to like open up one of the generators, rewire it, put a new socket in, all within 10 minutes. We finished up at about 11:30 at location 1. What we'd done is try to stagger the timings of things. So the cast that were like all the men that were surrounding Zoe, like transfixed on her. Even though that scene comes later in the video, we shot that as one of the earlier shots in the video, so that once that was completed, those people could go home, and then we went on to location 2. Zoe, the thing is, we had an issue with Zoe because Zoe had to be back at work, because Zoe works with children like in a creche. I think she had to start her first day of work at a new creche at 6 in the morning. And we just finished location 1 at 11:30.
I'm not even going to lie, it killed me in the morning, but like I said, we pushed through, and it was something that had to be done, and I've learned that obviously in them type of situations, everyone has a life, and if you want to do this on the side, you've got to do that. But I was really, really proud of myself for doing it. Even my friend that was with me said, you know, you handled that very, very well. It was hard, it's just part of the life.
We prepped the generators, we prepped the lights. As soon as we got to the location, set up, and we started shooting, and I think we tied that up within 45 minutes. We got everything she needed to do, and like I said, we staggered everything. So even the scenes by myself, I shot them last because I'm first in, last out, I guess. I think we finished up at about 2:45, 3 o'clock. Once the video's all edited and completed and ready, and the documentary's all in place, we plan to do like a screening so they can see, you know, what we've achieved with this project, with this amount of budget, and with these people, and you know, the help from O2, and obviously invite O2 to see the end product. They can actually come and meet those people who contributed, and you know, talk to Bliss about the dress she made, and ask her how long it took and what experience she's had and how she's developed. And then the final thing, I guess, is to create new opportunities for people who want to run their own projects, because O2 do the Think Big project and the Think Bigger project. So what we want to do is also help O2 connect more with other individuals. You know, it's not all about Saving Grace and us.
The unique thing about Huddersfield is there's a really diverse, strong community of creators, whether it's graphic designers, producers, artists, fashion designers, musicians, singers. There's literally every single area of creativity you can think of. There's a pool of people who are really strong in each one of those.
I think it's great that Huddersfield has these creative people in it, and maybe it takes somebody to come up with an idea like this to bring people together to collaborate on things like this. And like, I think the more that people in Huddersfield can do that, the more we can bring attention to what is a really vibrant creative community.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I caused a fire in your eyes. It'll burn like ice. You'll find your way into the place, but no one knows how long they'll stay. When I'm done, you'll fall to the ground, but you know you'll come back around, 'cause you can't resist the taste of sin, but you know I'll always win.
With a lifeless lake, impenetrable false states lay awake. The scent of almond takes me to a dreamlike state. My mind's not mine, which playing a part in it till I'm finished. It's the vision, envision the flawlessness, the virgin, the heart so clean and pure. Got a grown man begging for the touch. The taste of sin just draws me in. A visage, a mirage, I want to win. Claim is mine, a queen for kings, but I'm just a pawn in the quest for hearts, minds, bodies, and souls. I drink the pain, I got to go. It's far from lost, but far from love. I feel so cold, almost numb, I've no control.
There's no time to realign. Your mind is stuck on her behind you.
lifelessly, impenetrable fog state slave.